It's summer, but your kids are constantly knocking at your door telling you that they are bored, but you are trying to run a small business. What do you do? Have you ever thought about hiring your kids in your business? Now, this is not only a great idea to keep them entertained, but it is also a fantastic way to set them up for financial success, give them some great skills for the future, and save money on taxes. Now, I'd say that is a win-win-win. But if you're wondering, what the heck kind of job is my kid supposed to be doing in my business? What can they actually help me with? Well, that's what this video is going to talk about. So I'm going to break down 6 different jobs your kids could do in your business, and this even works for very young kids. Hi everyone, Jamie Trull here, your favorite CPA and financial literacy coach. And on this channel, I give you all the tools that you need to be informed, organized, and profitable in your business. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about jobs your kids can do in your business. But if you want to understand more about the ins and outs of hiring your kids to make sure you do it properly and understand how this can benefit you from a tax perspective, definitely check out my masterclass. I have a masterclass going on right now at jamietrull.com/masterclass. That is the Kids on Payroll Masterclass. And if you sign up and attend that, you're also going to get my free guide. There's 101 different jobs your kids can do in your business. So if these 6 don't work for you, I got 95 more if you sign up for the masterclass. So let's jump on in to those 6 different roles your kids can do in your business. And number 1 is even good for very young children, and that is all about customer greeting and hospitality. Okay, so remember, you go into stores all the time, Walmart, different places, and oftentimes they have people greeting you, people saying hello, directing you where you need to go. This is a great job for a kid to be able to do, especially if you have a brick and mortar, if you have an actual office space. This can be a fabulous job that a kid can do at any age. And the bonus here is that it's also great for the customer experience. Customers love kids. It already sets them up in a positive mood when you're being helped by a kid. So this can be a great role for a child at pretty much any age. Job number 2 your kids can do are to be administrative assistants. And obviously, depending on age, there may be different things that they are able to do, but this could be things like data entry, or in the old world, I don't know who does this anymore, but stuffing envelopes, right? Things like that that are kind of repetitive. Maybe they're taking you or your team too much time to do. So really just being aware of what tasks are really administrative in nature and how could your kids really help you with this. Now, the third role I recommend is using them for organizational tasks. And again, if you have a kid who's really good at this, I know that I do. My 7-year-old Nora literally puts her entire world in rainbow order. I kid you not. She is an organizational master, even at a young age. If you could see my office, you would know that I am not. So I use her and I tap into her talents anytime I need something organized. I can give her some direction, of course, as to what she needs to do. And all of the sudden, she's going to have it done and in perfect order for me. And the other thing I love about this is that you're able to teach these lessons early, right? This is a great lesson in orderliness in business and processes, and this can really set them up for success in life later down the road. Now, real quick, for our 4th job, I'm going to be bringing in a special guest because this is one of his favorite things to do in my business.
The 4th job your kids can do for a business is graphic designer. Tools like Canva are really easy to use as you can create really cool graphics and presentations. I mean, hey, even I could do it, and I'm only 10.
So you heard it straight from his own mouth. He loves doing this work. And I'll give you one bonus tip, and that is that you will want to keep a list of different things that you can have your kids do when they have some time and when they want to work. So my kids know that if they raise their hand and say they want to do some work for me, I will find them something to do. But it is really helpful sometimes as I write down those tasks such that when they're in the mood to work or when they want to make some money for some V-Bucks or some Robux, right, that they have tasks that I've already set aside for them to do when they want to. So job number 5 is for slightly older, but again, I don't think they have to be that old to be able to do this. You could have someone help you as a social media assistant. Okay, kids are really good with tech. They understand it. They don't necessarily have to be on social media themselves to be able to figure out how to do this stuff. So maybe it's replying to comments or scheduling posts to go out, but that's something that they definitely can do, especially as your kids get into their teen years. I know a lot of business owners that use their teenagers to help them with social media. So I know that's one of the things that sometimes can drive us business owners crazy, trying to be everywhere at once and repost things and make reels. Well, let's tap into the people who are really good at this and have been raised with this. So using them for help with social media is a great way to use your kids in your business. And a great thing about that too is that they're going to come at it with a bit of a different viewpoint as you are, and they may even have ideas you did not think about because this is the world in which they live. All right, so now we're to the last one, number 6, and this one is my personal favorite, and that is modeling and acting. I've put them together, but they're really kind of two different things. However, they're in the same vein. So if you're using your kids, let's say, for your business Instagram, right? And you are utilizing them, maybe you have kids' clothing that you're selling and they're modeling for you, or they're like my son and they're showing up on YouTube videos or in your social media feed, then that is something you can actually pay them for. And the great thing about modeling and acting is, unlike some of the other jobs we've talked about, you can actually be able to justify a higher price point that you can pay them. So you can pay them higher salary amounts for work in modeling and acting, because if you go out there and look and see, those jobs are actually paying quite a bit more than what maybe an administrative assistant hourly rate would be, even for kids. So you best believe that every time Miles shows his face, either on my YouTube channel, he's in some of the videos that I have done, or on any of my business social media feeds, my kids are being paid for that. Now, you may find this interesting, but actually this became a requirement in the state of Illinois recently, where they're basically saying if you're featuring your kids in things like vlogs, etc., and they are an important part of what you're doing, you actually have to pay them. So this isn't like some weird loophole. This is something they actually want you to do. The Department of Labor wants you to be paying your kids fairly for the work that they're already doing. Now, in no way do I want any of this to justify exploitation of children. Okay, you want to make sure it is always their choice to be a part of this, especially when you're going to be using their images or videos with them in it. I always make sure to have those conversations with my kids and make sure that they approve of that usage. They generally do, but if at any time they didn't want me to, I would absolutely not use it, and they are never required to work for me. Okay, so my kids are my kids first and foremost. They are my employees, like way far down the line. And let's be honest, they're often not the best employees. But hey, at least they're cute. So now that you have 6 practical ways that you could involve your kids in your business, I would love to know in the comments below which one you think would work best for your kid and how old they are. Or if you have other ideas or other things your kids do in your business, comment those below as well to give others some ideas. If you have younger kids and you're wondering what the age limits are for hiring them in your business, you might actually be surprised. And I actually break down the real rules for you for family-owned businesses in this video right here. So definitely go check that one out next. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you want to take it a step further, the best thing to do next is to go watch the full masterclass that is all about putting your kids on payroll. You can see it right now. It is linked on the screen. And then also make sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you next time.